name is Michael Bunker, and for 15 years I've been living beyond off-grid in Central Texas, and things were going good for me. Hollywood was making a major motion picture of my novel, Pennsylvania. Then the pandemic hit. My nonfiction book, Surviving Off-Grid, written a decade ago, was a major viral hit. And now, I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to live, survive, and thrive alone, locked down, and off the grid for 30 days. It won't be easy. There will be a lot of work. There will be challenges. There will be failures. And through it all, I'll be teaching you the things I learned by living this life for a decade and a half. This is the Michael Bunker 30-Day Off-Grid Lockdown Challenge, and you won't want to miss a single episode.
Is 3:40 and I'm up and at 'em, as you can tell. But I'm getting up and at 'em. Time to make the coffee. This part's going to be filmed a lot better later on in the series, when I actually have the right cameras and some night vision. But we're going to start this thing off on the first day, doing what we can do. Okay, so while the boy, you can tell it's early. While the coffee is steeping there, I'm going to go ahead and do my first walk. Won't be very long. I just walk up to the gate and back a couple of times, but gets me a good 1,000 steps or so started while the coffee's just sitting there. Here we go. As you can see, on this first day with the first camera that I'm using, not going to be able to see much. Got some other camera equipment coming in during the challenge. I don't know how many days it'll be till it gets here. That's going to help us see better during this part of the morning. But little report, it's cool, and I'm going to say probably high 40s. Get started on the day. There's a rabbit. Here pretty soon, that's going to be in my stew pot. It's the way that it is now. Hey, kitty, kitty. Hey, kitty, kitty. Frisco and Ivy. So it's 4:20. Coffee just got made. Let me look at my watch. 4:21, 1,535 steps, which is about 3/4 of a mile in already. And it was a little bit colder than I thought it was going to be. I was out there in my t-shirt, and the temperature says 52, but that was in Santa Ana. It's colder than that here. Sometimes we're in a little microclimate here, so I would say it's probably about 48. Supposed to get up to 82 today, so that'll be interesting. So we're here, we're in it. We're in the 30-day lockdown challenge, and it's daunting. Got a lot of stuff to do. It was interesting to see that rabbit on my first walk. I didn't expect that on the very first walk. So we'll see. We'll see how things are going to go. The scenario is the outside world, everything outside my gate is bad. It's the Badlands. So we're not leaving. We're not going anywhere. When the sun comes up, I'll be able to show you around and show you what I have to work with. And for now, it is 4:20-ish, 22 maybe, and we're going to walk down to the office, get the first workout in, maybe do a little elliptical, and talk a little bit about what my plans are. So back out into it. All right, I'm down here at the office, and so we got a light hooked up here, USB to my laptop, 3-watt bulb here, and then I'm going to turn on one over here. I've got the Goal Zero Yeti power box hooked up. Turn it on. So we've got another 3-watt bulb here. So we got light down at the office. Gonna start getting ready for my workout. All right, so I just weighed myself for my official weigh-in for the first day. It is 185.6, and I have to put my glasses on to read the rest of this. But for the first time, I'm below 13% body fat, 12.9% body fat. So kind of happy about that. Got to get ready for my workout here. Drink a little coffee first, kind of get settled. It's 4:30, and then I'm gonna get my workout in, and then start planning my day. All right, so it's a little after 6, and I'm out walking again. This is usually about the time that I'll do a full route walk to the back of the property and then go up and get some coffee, second cup of coffee, and do a little bit more outdoor walking before I head back to the office to either get some work done or continue my workouts. So heading out on a walk. All right, so it is about 6:50, and the sun is not up, and it's overcast. Look at this guy. What's up, buddy? Sun is not up, and it's very overcast. The sky looks lighter in this camera than it actually is, but it is starting to be morning, so we're gonna do some steps. Try to get up to about 10,000 steps before the day gets started, and then have a little bit more coffee and start looking at what we can do now that the sun will be up, or at least it'll be. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Huh? What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Sneezing? Don't chase him, rascal. Looking off to the east, looks like it's gonna be a beautiful morning. Of course, these cameras never show this beautiful look into the valley, but hopefully the camera's equipment that I have coming in is gonna give us a better look. Beautiful morning. So this is Sawyer. Sawyer is about, I think, 15 years old. He's an old dude. And he'll come inside to eat. Ready to go inside? Ready to go inside, buddy? Don't go inside. Don't go inside. All right. Come on, Sawyer. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Sawyer, let's go inside. Let's go eat. Go lay down. Come on, Sawyer. Sawyer eats up here on the ice box because he's old, really old, and he gets his own food thing. The other cats, they have to eat outside. So I'm gonna put some more feed in here, and then if now it's Rascal's turn. He's not gonna eat while I'm watching him though. Well, maybe he will. He's usually a pretty nervous eater. He's more interested in what I'm doing. You gonna eat? Eat. All right, so the girls are out and free ranging, and there are 2 roosters here somewhere. They're all spread out. Some of them there's one of them. And one of these roosters needs to go to rooster heaven. And so sometime during this challenge, I think this is going to be the one we're keeping, but I'll have to ask my wife. This one's the barred rock. I like the dark feathers. And then over here somewhere, there's another one, and that one's going to get harvested. So I wanted to show you this. We had these old Jiffy seed starters. These are probably 2 years old, and they're not working very well because the pods had gotten really dried out. So I've got them soaking. They're starting to puff up a little bit, but I'm hoping they're gonna work because I got to get some seeds started. That may take a couple more days. Usually it's like 30 minutes, and get some seeds started. Then we had this one from last year. This is a 72 cell, and this is like an auto watering nice one. This is from a year ago, so I'm gonna get this one going today, get some seeds started. The only other thing we got ready to go is about 2 weeks ago we bought these. I think these are yellow crookneck squash. They're not looking very good, but they're still alive, and so we had to keep them inside and out here a little bit because of the we had a freeze last week, and the garden's not ready, and the goats are and the sheep are out, and they would just get wiped out. So Lord willing, those are going to last until I can get them started in the garden, which I'm going to show you a little later. There's a lot of work to do, and that's kind of what we're starting plant-wise for the garden. We're way behind, but like I said, we had a freeze last week, so we're not too far behind. It's going to take probably the first week. I'm hoping I can do it this week and get the garden started and going. All right, so it's 7:42, day 1 of the off-grid challenge. I'm back down at the office. A little behind on my steps, but I'm not going to worry about it. Normally this would be, I would have finished my walk with my wife, and I would be doing a second workout, kind of waiting for the sun to get up, power, and all that. It's going to be about 2 hours before we have power down here. And so I was just now going to do this update on my laptop, but the laptop's not charged. So I'm going to have to wait till the sun's up and the solar power, Lord willing, is working. So what I've done is I came down here and I got my power situation figured out, what needs to be plugged in. Right now I'm running off the Goal Zero Yeti 150 so that I can have internet. Getting some final things done. A t-shirt
order and all that kind of stuff here on the first day. I'll talk about the t-shirts a little bit later. So instead of me doing my normal second workout, because I'm going to have so much to do today and I'm going to be walking so much, I'm going to bypass that, take an executive decision, and get some other things done and prepared for the day. And so I think I'm going to be walking a lot today, just and working a lot, trying to get things going. I still have a lot to show you, power wise and everything else, but I'm going to wait till it looks bright, and it is brighter now, but we won't actually be getting any sun on the solar panels for a couple of hours. It is, like I said, about 7:42. So I've been up for 4 hours. All of that time has not been sitting around talking to this screen. So I got a lot to do, and I'm going to get after it, and we'll update you as things occur to me that I need to be showing you. All right. All right. As I showed you my breakfast, this was the sale. Inexplicably cheap meat, grass-fed organic ribeye. $3.63, $3.69, 0.66 pounds, $5.59 a pound for ribeye. Yeah, I cooked the steak in a lot of grease. My breakfast. Just thankful for it. Heavenly Father, thank you for this food. I ask you to bless it for my body and sanctify it for your purposes in me. All right, it's getting close to 8 in the morning. Here's my little solar trailer. I've got the car here. It's not hooked up because I don't want to waste all the gas. Whatever gas is in there, got to last for a month. And I hook it up when I need power and I don't have any solar. The sun is right there. I don't know if you can see it. It'll be another hour before it's actually hitting the panels and we're getting some solar power. Anyways, good morning, everybody. You guys, the rest of the world's starting to wake up. We're gonna head up to the cottage, maybe get some breakfast, and talk about our filming situation. See one of the pigs behind this tree over here, one of the big ones sleeping in this morning behind that tree. Getting a little nap, early morning nap. She'll be up grunting and yelling in a little while. Showing you a lot of detail this morning. I won't be doing that on every day, but I just want you to know all the situation. A lot of today is going to be showing you the situation so that you know what's going on over the next 30 days, what I've got planned, what I plan on doing. I'm going to take a coffee break right now. It is, like I said, 9:23, right about 10,000 steps, which is 5 miles. Walked already this morning. Got my chores done, got the animals fed, got the chickens fed, got water to the animals. All of that is a pretty good workout. So I'm going to take a little break. All right, so, and I didn't mention it, but I'm also recording on my Samsung S8 Active phone. That'll be a camera that I use quite a bit too. I also have a Samsung Galaxy something tablet that I could use. It's all going to be very basic. Quality's not going to be great until we get some of the other equipment in that's been ordered. What'll happen during the challenge. So the main issue is this thing's going to start off really raw. Not only my experience and my skill, but of filming, but just the equipment that we have available to do it and my knowledge of it. And second is, a lot of people are going to ask, and I'm going to mention this several times because people will be coming in and watching these for the first time. Perhaps this is the first episode and this is the first time you've seen me. In a minute, I'm going to give you my story, background, all that. This first episode is really turning into what is the situation because I got so much stuff to show you. So the scenario here is that there's been a general collapse. Event happened. Could be very much like the pandemic that's really happening, only got worse. total city shutdown, so there's no people out there. There's nothing outside my borders of my property that could help me. And so I'm stuck here alone. And it happens to be, and this is true, the worst time in the history of my off-grid survival, preparedness, homesteading, bushcrafting life that I'm just the worst prepared. I'm the worst prepared that I've ever been. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, we had chosen this to be our land Sabbath. So we purposely last fall chose not to put in any gardens, not to put in any crops, start divesting ourselves of some of our animals. And to add to that, last year we put in a garden. We got a lot of rain the first 3 months of the year, and then nothing. And it was 100 degrees and hot, and the gardens died. We couldn't keep water on them. So basically going back a year, we haven't had gardens. We haven't had crops. Our food supply is really low. I've already shown you the meat supply. I think there's some more in the root cellar. I'm going to go down there in a little while and show you that. I'm going to show you the whole situation of what we have. My main goal is not to go through all my food stores and eat everything so that there's nothing left in case something really bad happens during the next 30 days, but to try to augment what I have and try to end up in a better condition than I'm in now. So if this had happened in 2012, we had a wheat crop in of 6 acres. We had all of our gardens were full and lush by this time of the year. We were already getting greens. We were already getting a lot of the wild edibles were going crazy. My family was here. My children were here. There was a lot of shared labor. And so, but this isn't 2012. This isn't 2015. This isn't 2018. This is 2020. So the second issue I talked to you about, the first issue was that it was a land Sabbath. We didn't plan all that stuff. It just worked out that the movie that's being made based on my book, Pennsylvania, major Hollywood film, started getting traction. And so starting about last fall, when we went to Hollywood, met with the director and the producer, we started kind of getting the inkling that this was going to be a year where it was going to take up a lot of my time. I have an opportunity to at least audition for a part in the movie. And so I needed to get my body in shape. I needed to work out to fit the role that I wanted to get for the movie. In addition to that, I was likely to be gone for 6 to 9 months of this year, starting late spring, early summer, filming and all of that. So it was not going to be okay for me to have a bunch of crops in and have my wife here by herself to do all the work. So we decided land Sabbath. We're not going to plant any gardens. We're not going to plant anything. And we're going to kind of get rid of a lot of the animals. In a year or so, we'll build back up. So this was a year we were taking off. Add to that the fact that we had another previous year where the gardens were being killed because of the drought and some other degradation that's just happened through time that need to be fixed. We don't have a lot of food. We don't have a lot of things going for us. And so I'm going to show you all that. This first episode is really me showing you our situation. You've seen the cameras that I have to work with. I'm going to talk a little bit later about what we've got coming in and all of the different rules. But for right now, I got to get some work done, just regular chores, and I'm going to show you some of that. And then I'm going to go down to the root cellar. We'll see what's down there that's available and start thinking more about in lines of what I'm going to be needed to be doing on this challenge. All right, it's 11:30 and sun is out, and it's going to be a hot one today. 85 is not hot for, man, his hair isn't hot for Central Texas, but it is when it was in the 40s, 48 or so this morning. And so walking up to the front, I'm wearing this dark shirt. I'm gonna have to change that. I'll explain the clothes situation after we get the mail. So I'm just walking up here with Rascal right now. Gonna get up to the front, check the mail, and we'll check it back in with you. All right, just came across this little dude. No, Rascal. Rascal, no. Get your little nose stung, little fella. See what happens when you don't have a GoPro. You got to carry the camera in your hand. My phone, actually. All right. Let's see what we got in the mail. Not expecting really much, if anything. Nothing. May not even be here yet. Sometimes it's not here till up to 2 o'clock. So we'll check again later. Always trying to get the steps, so you never know. Got to come up here and check UPS later anyway. So the theme of this episode is the situation. And so you can see here, we're under a whole stand of oaks right behind the cottage. All this is pollen from the oaks, and they are really, really heavy in pollen right now, and it is everywhere. And it's in the air and everything else. So when I talk about my allergies right now, that's the thing that's going on. All right, the clothing situation. I've described this on a couple of the videos and told people what was going on, but because we didn't know this pandemic was going to happen. I've lost 93 pounds as of this morning, and so I don't have any of my regular Amish style clothes that I normally wear with the suspenders. They just don't fit, and they're really, really awkward to even wear because they're so big. Hey Rascal, you're all wet. You stay down, don't you jump on me. No, you're wet. And so right before the pandemic started getting bad, maybe a week or so, my wife and I got to go to the thrift store, went to the Free store, went to the Goodwill store, picked up some workout clothes. So I've got some of that. She was here this weekend, and we picked up a couple of underwear, t-shirts, some of the tank style, which is under here. And so I got a few t-shirt style. I've got some old t-shirts that I've been wearing, some workout clothes, and that's really about it. I got this pair of pants, which they have a string that ties, so that's why they fit. I have one other pair of pants that's just really, really big. That's the clothing situation. So people asking, well, what is this guy not wearing his farmer clothes? Well, this is what I have. This is what I have that fits. We're getting all the situations sorted. You can see there's going to be a lot going on, and most of today has been sorting out the situation, which is going to be the title of this episode. So here's what I got in the mail. This is a Osmo Mobile 3. It's a gimbal for the cell phone. Not exactly sure how it works, but it's supposed to really, really help with filming, which is why I got it. And I got a internet bill, which I wanted to address because I have to do this every day of my life. Off-grid merely means that you do not receive your utilities, electricity, water, etc., from the grid. You do those either alternative grid, your own, separate, or you don't use them. The internet is not part of the grid. Also, our internet is wireless. It is sent here through the air, like a cell phone. You can be off grid like Bill Gates is and have a whole house full of washing machines, dryers, and everything else. You could be on the internet, you could be on YouTube and be off grid. I might sound a little frustrated because the people who bring that up are never like innocent people who are like, I don't want to say never, a few times every once in a while, who are like, hey, I was just curious. How are you on Facebook? How are you on YouTube if you're off grid? They're always like the people like, oh yeah, you're off grid and you're on Facebook. Like no one ever invented solar power before, which is like the definition of off grid. So if I sound a little irritated, it's just because I know that comes up, and it'll come up probably in the comment section. People don't watch the videos. They don't listen to the explanations, and then they get in there and comment. So anyways, I got my internet bill. So there's that. All right. So this gizmo looks very complicated. There's like 3 instruction books, a bunch of wires and whatnot. And it does look like it has to be charged first. So I'm going to take this down to the office. We got a change in plans, not because of this, but I have to go send some instructions to Sean, who's going to be cutting these videos together about the intro and the outro, which you will have already seen the intro if you're watching this on Thursday. Greetings. Smash the like button. Subscribe. Anyways, I got to go down to the office and do a few things. So I will, Lord willing, be back working in the garden shortly. If not, I have no idea what I'll be doing. Hey girls. So our ladies, this isn't all of them, about half of them are out, are mostly pasture, mostly free range. But again, we give them a little bit of addition while it's available, because whatever I have here, that's all I'm going to have here for the 30 days. But they do perfectly fine out on pasture. They still lay eggs, and there's some of them that, a bunch of them that are out here. So even after I run out of feed for them, they're going to do fine, and Lord willing, I'll still be able to get eggs. All right, as part of everybody kind of getting an idea of the situation, my drinking water situation, we catch water off of this roof and another roof, catches it in pipes that go down to a cistern that is about 3,300 gallons. There's then this pitcher pump. There's a pipe running from the cistern to here. And what we do is we get our rainwater. I'm going to get better at this. This is our big Berkey, and we pour the rainwater in there just in case it caught something up on the roof. I got to get my bottle. This water, pure, we've been using this for 25 years. Pure water coming out. Let me. And I use these 33-ounce water bottles, reuse them, wash them, and I drink about 3 of these a day, which equals about a gallon of water. The other water that we use for cleaning, cooking, everything else that gets boiled or whatever. Now, there's nothing wrong with this cistern water. In fact, my daughter and some of the other ones will drink right out of the cistern. There's an old saying, drink water from your own cistern. But I like to run it through there just because I've got a lot of work to do and I don't need to get anything. Not that I would. Get the camera set up again. Showing you a lot of detail this morning. I won't be doing that on every day, but I just want you to know all the situation. A lot of today is going to be showing you the situation so that you know what's going on over the next 30 days, what I've got planned, what I plan on doing. I'm going to take a coffee break right now. It is, like I said, 9:23. Right about 10,000 steps, which is 5 miles. Walked already this morning. Got my chores done, got the animals fed, got the chickens fed, got water to the animals. All of that is a pretty good workout. So I'm going to take a little break. All right, so we got solar power coming in now. So we got internet. We got the Goal Zero Yeti 150 charging. Hopefully have it fully charged today. Couple of Ryobi batteries charging. Got the DB Pro Power camera, this camera, and laptop charging. Alright, so we're going to go check the situation in the root cellar. I can tell you it's pretty pitiful. It's one of the things that because of our situation we've really neglected. And we're going to see what's down there, what we can do, and explain some things. So one of the first things you'll notice, this is the root cellar. We hand built this root cellar in 2006, so it's 14 years old. You'll notice the door is mainly plastic. It's covered with plastic. A year or so ago, one of the horses stepped on here. It was basically particle board that had been painted, and so it started to rot and fall through, and we just haven't had the time or the money to get it fixed. It's still mostly intact, but it needs to be replaced. All right, so we're going to go down. It's 11 feet deep, 11 feet wide each direction. It's going to be 85 up top today. It is 59 down here. So we got some lard, a lot of broth, which is good. Different chicken and beef broth, chicken. My wife canned. I found some up in the cottage too I need to show you. Beans. We got pinto beans. No, excuse me, black-eyed peas and black beans from last year. This is prickly pear juice, and I'll be drinking and using that in my small beer. A lot of this stuff is here because it needs to be cleared out. It's just old, and if it's still all right, it's going to be pig food. This is our cheese box. We're not making cheese because we don't have a cow. I have a cow I could milk, but we're not milking a cow right now. But there's cheese and butter in here and coffee. Yeast from some of the beers that I've made. Some beer. Some booze. Green beans. Some peach jam, which could be used in my small beer. We got some peppers. Jalapeno peppers. That is really it, guys. And so I may end up down here if we have a storm. I may end up down, you'll see me down here cooling off once the temperatures, if we get up in the hundreds in May, boy, I come down here with a fan and it's like having air conditioning. So that's pretty much what we have down here right now, food-wise. Looks like we have some dill pickle relish maybe. Beans. And a bunch of stuff that needs to get thrown out. So that's it. That's the situation in the root cellar. Hopefully I'm going to be putting a bunch of meat down here during the challenge. The Michael Bunker 30-Day Off-Grid Lockdown Challenge has been brought to you by ModFarmDesign.com. ModFarmDesign.com is my good friend and IT guy, Rob McClellan. Give Rob a shout if you need a great website, blog, or author portal designed by a pro and with great service. ModFarmDesign.com. Beyond Off-Grid, the documentary. Beyond Off-Grid is a full-length documentary film that explores why we should strive to reduce our dependence on the modern economy and control grid, and how this can be accomplished. Watch the documentary at BeyondOffGrid.com. Hey, remember that I'm doing this to build my channel and to help, educate, and entertain as many people as possible. Please check out MichaelBunker.com and especially go to my support page to donate or help out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.